Hi friends, come on in. I want to show you where my crafting magic happens. Welcome to my craft room, or as I like to call it, my happy place. This used to be a bedroom, but I turned it into the ultimate space for creating, wrapping, organizing, and dreaming up ideas for you and my friends and my family and my Mimi Homestyle channel. I'm so excited you're here today because I'm finally giving you a full tour of the room where I plan, create, film, and honestly just play. It's been a true labor of love, and every shelf, drawer, and corner has been put together to make crafting and organizing feel joyful and doable. Whether you have a whole room or just a little nook, I hope that today gives you ideas and inspiration to make a space that fits your life and your creativity. So grab a cup of something warm or even cold wherever you're at, and let's get started. This used to be my son's bedroom, but once he was out on his own and not planning to move back, I knew that it was time to give this room a fresh start. So I brought all my crafting supplies upstairs from the basement and turned it into a space that works just for me, for wrapping, organizing, creating, and dreaming up ideas for my Mimi Homestyle channel, my family, my friends, and all of you. I really needed better light, both for filming and for taking photos for my Etsy shop. And it just felt right to finally have a space where I could open the window and let in some fresh air and feel inspired. And let's be honest, my husband has his garage workspace, so I figured it was time I had my own creativity room too. So come on in. I'm going to show you how I set up this space to work for me, whether I'm crafting, filming, or just playing around with ribbon and wrapping paper. Almost everything in this room is from IKEA. I just love how simple, clean, and budget-friendly their pieces are. And I brought in soft pastel colors to keep the space feeling light and peaceful. And yes, I even carpeted the room because I wanted it to feel cozy under my feet. I found my inspiration from a few Pinterest rooms I had saved, and once I recognized the furniture they were using, I did a little digging and realized it was all from IKEA. So we made the trip out to the Canton, Ohio IKEA, and I brought my little list of ideas with me. And then we painted the walls a soft light blue and added a chair rail all the way around just to give it a little extra charm. And I picked out a warm brown carpet, mostly so if I ever spilled anything, it wouldn't be too noticeable. Although I have to say I haven't had any big messes in here yet, probably because I finally have the perfect table right in the center of the room to work on. We added some blue vertical blinds to the window, which ties everything together. And yes, I put together all the IKEA furniture myself. Well, almost. I had a few little hiccups where my husband came to the rescue, especially with anchoring the bookcases to the wall. But everything else, the drawers, the desk, even the butcher block table, I tackled on my own. It took a few days, but once it was all set up, it felt so good to stand back and see it come together. So now let me walk you through the whole space. I'll show you how I organize everything and share some of my favorite little details that make this room a joy to craft in. Let me show you my absolute favorite part of this whole room, this pegboard wall. It's where I keep all my most used craft supplies. And honestly, it's not just practical, it's really cute too. I used these Deflecto tilt bins from Amazon that snap together at the top so you can stack them. And you usually see them in the garages for things like screws and bolts. But I had a totally different vision. I knew I wanted them in white so I could add my own pop of color, and I grabbed the 5-bin version because I had this little plan in mind for how I'd hang them on the pegboard. The pegboard itself came from Lowe's, and it's also white to keep everything bright and clean. And I just love being able to see all my supplies at a glance. If I need a paper clip or some washi tape, I know right where it is. And inside the bins, I keep all the little essentials like clothespins, extra game pieces, brads, sticky notes, paper clips in all different sizes, crayons, glue sticks, rubber bands, washi tape, highlighters, and more. All those tiny things that used to get lost in drawers now have their own little home. And above those bins, I added shelves that clip right into the pegboard, and I found them on Amazon. And on those shelves, I used jars from the Dollar Tree with plain white lids to hold things like staples and loose crayons and hot glue sticks and extra game pieces. I found white planters and pegboard hooks and hooked these onto the wall so I could put out my seasonal ribbons. I change them out when I can so I have what I need for each season. I need to change these out to fit the summer and spring now, so I'll be doing that next. And even the tops of the tilt bins act like little mini shelves, so I decorate them with cute little seasonal pieces of decor or finds that I get on my travels that match my color scheme, just to make it feel more fun and me. I also use pegboard cups to hold all my pens, my paint markers, my scissors, my hole punches, and paintbrushes. Then I added some 3D printed holders that I found on Etsy. One was for all my Sharpies, and another was for all my rulers, and they snap right into the pegboard too. And to tie it all together and add some color, I hung a few pastel frames that I found on sale at Michael's, and I filled them with photos from my trip to Japan to visit my daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter. I even found some little pastel quote signs at the Dollar Tree, and I hung those up too because they just make me smile when I'm being creative. And at first, I thought about putting shelves or cabinets on this wall, but this pegboard system works so much better. Since I'm always reaching for supplies, it's so much easier to see everything all in one place. And this wall really is my happy wall. Next up is my waist height butcher block table, and this is where most of the crafting happens. It's my main work surface for crafting, cutting, and wrapping gifts, and it's just the perfect height. I knew I wanted something I could comfortably stand next to without having to hunch over, and this has been such a great addition to the room. I also made sure to add a little light above the table along with a fan, so I've got comfort and brightness when I need it. But I also have a tabletop light, this one right here, that sits right on the work surface, and that's the one I use for filming my overhead shots when I'm making things for the channel. It gives me extra light and it helps everything look clear on camera. But I also use it when I'm crafting and just need a little more light at the table. I found this really comfy light gray chair on Amazon. It's wide, adjustable, and it has armrests, which I love. And I had to put it together myself, but once I did, it was perfect. It's on wheels, and I've got a chair mat under it, so I can roll around easily even on the carpet. And the table itself was actually my husband's idea, though I think he might have regretted it once we had to haul it upstairs and squeeze it into the car with all the other IKEA pieces. But I put the legs together myself, and they even have little shelves on the bottom, which I like, and I use them around the holidays to, stash extra wrapping paper and ribbons and all my seasonal supplies or gifts that I'm going to be unwrapping. And I'm so glad I bought it. I even added a big silicone mat to protect the top a little, though honestly, it's already got a few dings and smudges, and I don't mind that one bit. It just shows that I'm really using this space and enjoying it. And one of my favorite little additions is this faux Bluetooth jukebox that I found at Five Below during Christmas this past year. It's so fun and it actually works great. I love turning it on while I'm working. I can listen to my favorite music and just get lost in a project. I also have a couple of outlets near this table so I can plug in the jukebox and my glue gun when I need to. I know cordless glue guns are like all the rage now, but I still like the old plug-in kind. They're reliable and I know how to work them. Now let me show you the closet. This is where I keep everything sorted and organized. This used to be my son's closet when his room was his, but once I turned it into my craft room, I wanted shelves instead of the clothing bars. So my husband added adjustable shelving for me, which made a huge difference. And now I can move the shelves around depending how tall my boxes and supplies are. And it's been really, really helpful. I ordered these storage boxes from Amazon a while back, and they've been great for keeping everything separated. Each one fits perfectly on the shelves, and I added little tags from Amazon, and then I made labels in Canva to stick on the tags so I'd know exactly what was in each box. Now, let me show you what's inside a few of them. I have boxes for mini bags, tissue paper, shredded filler, small envelopes, gift boxes, wood embellishments, even balloons, and my balloon pump. And one box is for my camera equipment, and another holds extra favor supplies. I found some cloth bins that fit just right for my mini rolls of wrapping paper. And on the side shelves, I keep bigger items like my paper cutter, my sticker maker, and all of my printer paper and cardstock. And down at the bottom, I have more drawers from Amazon. These hold my laminating sheets, my mini paper cutters, extra party supplies, sheet protectors, hole punches, punch boards, and paint and craft supplies. And there are even drawers just for ribbon and extra glass vases. In the corners of the closet, where it's a little harder to see, I tuck away extra gifts, reusable containers, baskets, and all my gift boxes. I love having things on hand for when I need to throw together a quick little favor or a treat or a gift. And I even have my gift bags sorted by season. I keep them in reusable totes so they're ready to go. I love using the cute totes that can be gifted and reused again. I also have an outlet in this closet, and during Christmas, I plug in my little retro CD and cassette player. My husband found it up in the attic, and I think it used to be mine or maybe one of my kids, but it still works. And I even found these adorable Dollar Tree boxes to hold all of my Christmas cassette tapes. It's such a fun little throwback. Oh, and I keep a foldable stool in here for when I need to grab something up high. And I do clean out this closet pretty regularly because it can get out of hand fast, especially during the holidays. But I love that once those doors are closed, everything looks nice and tidy again. Now, in my next video, I'll be sharing all the craft supplies that I can't live without, so I won't go in too deep into that just yet. But let's keep going. Let's talk about my desk. This whole setup came from IKEA. And before I bought anything, I measured the width of the room because I knew I wanted a long desk that would run along this whole wall. And I ended up getting 3 sets of drawers from IKEA, and I topped them with 2 long desktops, and it fit just how I imagined it. On one end of the desk, I keep my computer, and that's where I do most of my planning, my Etsy work, and Canva designing. I also edit my videos here, and I usually have my iPad nearby when I'm working. And the other side of the desk used to be my sewing station. I did a lot of sewing back then, but now it's where I keep my Epson printer and my laminator. And it's the perfect setup for cutting and printing and laminating all my printables. And it's so handy to have everything in one place. The drawers have been great too. I use them for all kinds of things. There's paper storage, office supplies, even a spot for paying bills. I also have drawers for my junk journaling and coloring supplies. And one drawer still holds my sewing tools, which I do still pull out from time to time. And I bought a blue silicone mat for under my mouse that matches the wall color. And I keep a pencil cup right on the desk filled with all the fun pens that I've collected on my travels. And they're such a sweet reminder of places I've been. And even when I'm not using them, I love looking at them. At the far end of my desk, I recently added a couple of metal magnet boards in this pretty light blue color. And that's where I've placed all the magnets that I've collected over the years from different places that I visited. I love that this space doesn't just function well, it reflects the memories and the joy that my life has brought me. And so now let's move over to the other wall where I have my bookcases. Before I show you what's inside the bookcases, I want to show you the newest addition to my craft room. These adorable fabric drawers that I found on Amazon. They're in my favorite pastel colors, so they fit right in with the rest of the room, and they've made organizing a breeze. Each drawer is organized by theme, and I've got one for every season or holiday like Christmas, fall, Halloween, and Valentine's Day. And that way I can easily grab what I need when I'm planning crafts or decorating for the season. I also have a drawer just for stickers because you know how much I love stickers, and one for hobbies and another for all those extra miscellaneous craft supplies that just need a home. Things like, wood trays and blocks, or even plastic pieces like cups and bowls that I might use for a project down the road. And they were super easy to assemble and have really helped me keep things in order. I love that they match the color scheme I was going for, but more than that, I love how functional they are. Everything's tucked away, but still so easy to grab when inspiration strikes. So now let's take a look at this side of the room where I keep all of my cabinets and my bookcases. At the very top, I've filled the shelves with little memory pieces, souvenirs from past trips, photos of family and small things that I've collected along the way. And these are the pieces that just make me smile every time I walk into the room. I love that I get to mix function with a few sweet reminders of people and places that I love. I wanted cabinets that could hold my Dollar Tree containers, the kind that help keep everything separated. And one cabinet holds all my paints, my paint palettes, my glues, my Mod Podge and spray bottles I use often. I also keep some Easter and spring craft supplies in there, along with a few bins of extra beads that I have. And then the center cabinet is more of a utility space. I keep garbage bags in there for the bin under my butcher block table, along with craft sticks, wooden dowels, curling ribbons, Ziploc bags, and just a little bit of everything that doesn't quite fit anywhere else. And then the last cabinet holds more of the detailed crafting tools, things like magnets, foam dots, glue dots, twine, clay, and even a mini saw and an electric screwdriver for when I'm working on small wood projects. I'll go over most of these tools in my next video where I show you all the craft supplies I can't live without. So I won't dive into too much detail here about those things. And way up at the top of these bookcases, I keep some cute baskets that I've collected over the years, and they hold florals, picture frames, and those big cellophane gift bags that I use when I'm putting together treats or party favors or gift baskets. And that's it. That's the full tour of my craft room. Everything in this space has a purpose, a place, and a story. And I hope that it inspires you to create your own little haven too. And that's the full tour of my craft room, my happy place. I hope seeing how I've set everything up gives you some ideas for your own creative space, even if it's just one shelf or one drawer. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to work for you. Surround yourself with things that make you smile and let your creativity have a home. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and leave me a comment below. Tell me what's one thing you've done in your space that makes it feel like yours. And be sure to come back next week. I'll be sharing my absolute favorite crafting tools I can't live without. Whether you're new to crafting or have a closet full of supplies, these are the tried and true items that make creating so much easier. Until then, thanks for being here with me. I'm always so glad that you are. Hey friends, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you found some fun and budget-friendly ideas to bring into your home. A special shout out to all my subscribers. You guys are amazing. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a video. I post weekly with more home decor, party planning, and DIY goodness. Also, check out my shop at Grin and Print on Etsy. I've got some fun games, printables, and party supplies that I know you'll love. Thanks again for all your support, and I'll see you in the next video.